What makes a place remote? Is it the sheer distance from other people, or is it the feeling of being cut off from the rest of the world? Is it how far it is from other people? Or is it the sparse population that makes it feel so isolated, or maybe how hard it is to get there? The challenging travel routes, the rough seas, and the small planes that can barely land on remote airstrips. Remoteness is about geography and what it's like to live there. It's about the vast distances and the unique challenges that come with living in such isolated regions. It's about being isolated, about how hard it is to connect with others in a world where everything seems to be about easy access. In these places, even basic communication can be a struggle, and infrastructure is often minimal. Few places show this idea better than the Republic of Kiribati. This remote nation exemplifies the concept of remoteness in every sense. Spread across the huge Pacific Ocean, Kiribati is a nation of islands unlike any other. Its atolls and islands are scattered over a vast expanse of water, making it one of the most isolated countries in the world. This group of 33 coral atolls and reef islands covers an area bigger than India. Yet despite its vast spread, the actual landmass is minuscule. But even though it's spread out, Kiribati's actual land is tiny, barely a dot on the world map. This tiny landmass is home to a unique culture and way of life. This is a big part of what Kiribati is, shaping its culture, its problems, and its future. The remoteness of Kiribati influences every aspect of life here, from daily routines to long-term challenges and opportunities. Kiribati isn't just remote, it's geographically amazing. It sits on the equator and the 180th meridian, which means it's in all four hemispheres at the same time. Imagine standing with one foot in the eastern hemisphere and the other in the western, with the equator going right across your middle. That's what it's like in Kiribati. Even cooler, Kiribati has the furthest ahead time zone on Earth, UTC +14. The international dateline usually follows the 180th meridian, but it curves way east around Kiribati. This puts the easternmost islands of Kiribati a whole day ahead of the westernmost point, like a time machine inside the country. The first people to live in Kiribati were brave travelers from Southeast Asia, arriving 4,000 to 5,000 years ago. Later, people from Samoa, Fiji, and Tonga also came, each adding to Kiribati's culture. Today, the spirit of these early explorers is still alive in the Kiribati people. Their language, Ai Kiribati, is a beautiful mix of Polynesian words like the sounds of the ocean. Traditional dances, music, and stories are still important, passed down through families to keep their history alive. Life in Kiribati is all about the ocean. The vast, endless blue surrounds the islands, shaping the daily lives of its people. The bright blue water, full of fish, provides food and jobs. The ocean is a lifeline, offering sustenance and a way to make a living. Fishing, both to eat and to sell, is a big part of life. Every morning, fishermen set out early, casting their nets and hoping for a good catch. Coconut trees, their leaves waving in the wind, give more than just shade. They're a symbol of resilience and resourcefulness. Their fruit is food and drink, and their leaves are used to make beautiful mats and baskets. The coconut tree is a vital part of Kiribati's culture and economy. Even though it's remote, Kiribati is full of life. The villages are bustling with activity, and the sense of community is strong. Families eat fresh fish and coconut together, sharing stories and laughs. Meals are a time for bonding and celebrating the day's catch. Kids play on the white sand beaches, their happy sounds carried on the breeze. The beach is their playground, a place of endless joy and adventure. Life here might be simple, but it's full of community and close to nature. The people of Kiribati live in harmony with their environment, finding beauty in simplicity and strength in unity. The same ocean that gives life to Kiribati, providing food and a way of life for its people, is also its biggest danger. The rising sea levels are causing more frequent and severe flooding. Climate change, caused by things happening far away like industrial pollution and deforestation, is making the sea level rise quickly. This rapid increase in water levels is swallowing up the land. For a country where the highest point is only 2 meters above the sea, every inch of rising water is a threat. This is a real problem, not just a distant possibility. The sea walls built to protect the land are wearing down, not something far off in the future. People are already walking through waterlogged streets. The rising water is slowly covering Kiribati's land. ruining fresh water sources and making it hard to find clean drinking water, and threatening the entire nation. Saltwater is hurting crops, making it difficult for farmers to grow food, so families have to buy food from other places, which is hard because they don't have much money. The cost of imported food is high, which is hard because they don't have much money. Many families are struggling to provide even the most basic meals for their children. The fear of losing their homes is always there, forcing some to consider relocating to other countries, a sad reminder of how climate change hurts people. The emotional toll on the villagers is immense as they watch their homeland slowly disappear. Being so isolated makes things hard for Kiribati. Travel and communication with the rest of the world are limited and costly. Bringing in things from other countries is expensive, making even basic things hard to get. The lack of jobs makes many young people leave to find better opportunities. But even with these problems, the people of Kiribati are strong. They are great at adapting, finding ways to live well in a changing world. They are using old ways and new technology to fight climate change, from building walls against the sea to growing crops that don't need much water. Kiribati's story shows us how connected our world is. What one country does, even a small and remote one, affects everyone. As the world deals with climate change, Kiribati is an example of hope, showing how people can adapt and survive even when things are hard. Kiribati's future is uncertain, but one thing is sure, the world can learn a lot from this small island nation. Their story is a wake-up call, asking everyone to work together to fix the climate crisis before it's too late, because when we face big problems, working together is the best thing we can do.